Hey guys, Tom here, FlipAnything USA. So I want to get something out. As you guys know, I share how I've made my millions and, bought my first property at 19 and millionaire by 28 and so on. Been doing it for a very long time. This coronavirus stuff is upsetting a lot of people and scaring, and everybody just needs to chill, and that's the truth. If you are in the middle of buying something, try to get a little break, get some time. Unless it's an obvious steal, get some time. There's a lot of good stuff coming from this. If you're an investor, there's going to be a lot to take advantage of. I've gotten a lot of emails, more than normal for me by far, and I can tell you right now, I understand the concerns. I have concerns myself. I have a lot of tenants. A lot of my tenants are not going to be making as much money right now as they normally do. And that's all because of, the current situation with stand thing. So I also got a new camera I'm playing with. Which is great, but it actually follows you. So anyways, and I'm learning how to use it slowly. So anyhow, back to my point. Okay, look, interest rates are low. My banker called me this morning, and I'm going to get a line of credit for about $1.7 million for about 3.25% interest. Okay, that's a deal, super deal. Okay. And I have millions in debt on other things, and I said, okay, you know what? Let's just see if we can do a big global wrap up and get some of these other things done as well. So good for me, right? Now, if I can save 2% on $5 million refied, that is sounds like $100,000 a year, right? Yeah. It's about $100,000 a year in interest, okay? And that will help me offset some of my losses. Now, there's also going to be some real deals. I'm still looking. I'm still making offers. I made an offer today on a property. And they're probably going, should we take it or not? They're probably a little concerned. They don't want to sell too cheap, but they're also afraid things could get worse. And I understand those fears. But I'm telling you, right now, if you're somebody that can't weather a storm, then you might want to take a chapter out of my book, chapter 27 to be exact, Leapfrogging. In fact, watch the previous video I did. Leapfrogging's in the title. I talk about the coronavirus, but consider it, okay? Consider it. And I'll go back through leapfrogging again. Leapfrogging is when you take the move, and it works both ways. I offer more than everybody else when something is way underpriced, so I blow everybody out of the water and I get it signed right away. Now the other thing is, if things appear to be going downhill, then I leapfrog the other way and I cut the price a lot and sell cheaper than I would have the week before or the month before or whatever. I jump ahead of everybody else so I can get rid of it, so I don't get stuck. Anyways, so just something to consider. You know what? A lot of us are going to be staying home the next couple weeks. If you don't have my book, get my book. $10. You got plenty of time to read it, I think. And we'll talk about it. We'll do more. I'll do some more shows here. More live events or whatever you guys want. Anyways, anybody in a situation, I said I've answered every email that I've gotten, and I'm happy to help how I can. Some of you are in deals you're not sure you should be in them, and I'm telling you, if you don't have a lot of equity sitting there, and I don't mean the money you put in, I mean profit, then be very careful. I wouldn't jump into anything. I mean, if you think you're buying at 10% under market, that's not the kind of property I buy anyways. So I would tell you don't buy that no matter what. But if you got something that's worth twice as much as you're paying for it, then do it, buy it. And if you can get some of it financed, do it. Or find somebody like me that'll buy you out, that'll give you an assignment fee. And I'm not soliciting that because, to be honest, I can find my own deals. But but I'll listen. If you got something extraordinary, I'll listen. I got my ears are open and my eyes are open for something like that. But it's just possible. But main thing is cut your overhead. Get rid of like I got 2 cable services at my home. I got Spectrum and I got AT&T, and both suck, to be quite honest. And I'm trying to decide which one sucks the least or the most, and get rid of that one that sucks the most. But I'm going to do it. It's $100 a month, right? I'm going to get rid of it. But not just because I'm trying to conserve money. I have time right now to conserve. I had a couple leases tied up that were about to sign, and I had a yoga studio about to sign. Guess what? Bad time to start a yoga studio. So they're holding off, and I certainly understand that. And those things can happen. So, you just got to start, everybody has a different situation where they're at. Maybe some of you already have plenty of tenants and things like that. And, or you have investments in, you got to decide how far you're leveraged or what your comfort zone is. I'm very comfortable. So my situation isn't typical. But I certainly remember being broke and starting with zero and being tight. And I'm just telling you, be careful. Be careful. It's like I always tell you, you got to know what value is. And I don't expect, stocks have taken a huge hit. I don't have a penny in stocks. So I'm unaffected from the standpoint of not having stock. Now, doesn't mean that people that rent from me, people that, might want to buy some of my homes. And hey, you know what? Also, and I got to kill this because my battery's getting close to dead. And I'll come back and check in with you guys. So check this out. I just videotaped, and there's a little wind noise, but I just videotaped. Remember I told you I've been working on the 5 houses that I'm getting ready to sell. Well, the fence just went up around one of them, and it looks even better than I imagined. It just frames the picture beautifully. So look, buy the book, watch what's coming next. I'm going to show you one of the houses I just framed. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm going to do the same thing across the street, and I'm talking about the kind of a country style fence, but it shows. The property is such an enormous, beautiful lot. You can put a mansion on it, and I'm still very proud of that property, and I'm not going to let it go cheap. But my point is, it's like framing the picture. It lets anybody's imagination fill in the rest. The lot is gorgeous, and I did a beautiful job. I'm really happy with myself with what I did. Okay, but the house is shit. To be honest, it's a shitty plan. Now, not that it can't be ripped apart and expanded. That's certainly an option. But as it stands, anyhow, watch the video and man, order the book. Go get the Kindle book for $10. It's time to catch up on things at home. Don't go out. Don't be shaking hands with anybody. Keep your distance from everyone, and just play it safe. I'm a guardian of my mother, and regardless of that, I got to be careful. I don't want her to get sick, and so I haven't even seen her for a week right now, just because I got a little cold. But don't bring anything back home, right? And you can do it. In fact, one of my property managers told me that his secretary or somebody that works in his office actually, her husband contracted the coronavirus. He just flew in from London and he got tested. He had a fever, and sure enough, he's got the virus. So it's out there. But you know what? Be the smartest one in the room. Keep your hands clean. My rule, I tell my boys, wash your hands. Leave the doorknobs cleaner than when you touched them. In other words, wipe them coming in, coming out. Keep everything clean. I got a bottle of whiskey. I wash the bottle of whiskey every day before I even take a drink. I wash my bottles that I'm going to drink out of. That I'm going to pour from. Keep everything clean. Assume that anything in your pantry is dirty. If it touches each other, it could be passing it. You got a bag of chips. The outside of the bag might be dirty. Don't reach into that bag with the same hand that you touch the outside of the bag. Anyhow, I'm done giving you lessons on health, okay? And I'm probably not the person to do that, but that's what I'm doing. Hey, enjoy the rest of this and check it out. Be sure to comment. We got lots of time, man. Let's share. Take care. Here's the video. Here's the video. I'm not saying goodbye. Here's the video. And you can see the house next door is looking sharp. And over here, two-story house owned over there across the street also is looking good. I'm going to put the same exact fence I got on this one over there. But man, it really, all of a sudden, the house is just really popping. So it's looking great. All right, so let me know what you thought of that house, the last clip I just showed you. Again, share, subscribe, smash that notification and subscribe button. And you know what? Let's make some money and let's get really smart in the next 2 weeks, okay? You guys got time to tune in and listen and figure things out. I'm figuring out this new camera. That's one of the things on my plate. So, Flip Anything. Take care.